barracking for
the Bombers.
Fremantle.
Oh, and barracking for the Bombers to beat Collingwood
as well.
to go to 4th.
So second half underway. Dockers in control on the scoreboard by 32 points. As we saw from that ladder, it'll mean they finish 7th if it continues in that vein. And they've started as they did in the first quarter. Mzungu to Mundy. Mundy's kicking's been very good tonight, and it's very good there.
You just don't know whether the damn wall is going to break. Because Ross, when we spoke to him before the game, we've had a bit of fun talking about the margin, what he will orchestrate when he has the game in hand, when he has it under his control, what he will do with it.
I think he'd be wrapped the fact that Melbourne's only 17 points for a half. That's what.
Yeah. That's
why. That's the way he likes the opposition to be low in score, and then his team can kick 10+ a game.
Quick start for the Dockers. Mundy's having a good night. He's had 19 disposals. No one's touched the footy more than him.
His disposal efficiency's at 68. Now, some of those kicks have come off and haven't been considered to hit the target. I thought they've been pretty good kicks, and the forwards led to the wrong spot, which has, I suppose, blurred that average a little bit.
Jones working hard. It's a Sylvia, now Jeddah. Wide go Melbourne, but they've got some room to move here with Seller. Into the pocket he goes, asking a fair bit of Jared Rivers.
On his mark now. It's going to be a tough one for Jared Rivers all night, because a lot of the time he's going to have Luke McFarlane. Now, Jared's going to have to predominantly push and shove against Luke, because Luke's going to beat him on the lead. Yeah. He's going to just gobble him up pretty easily when Jared decides to lead. And on that one occasion, that kick went way out wide. And even though he didn't quite get to it, McFarlane's touching distance from him on the entirety of the lead.
Dunn's kick in. Jamar was the target. Now, is it off the foot off of McPhee? Yes, it is. Pleased to take the shot. Just confirming that between field umpire and boundary umpire.
Switch, right, switch. Switch, left, switch.
So please, tight angle for the answering goal for Melbourne.
Not bad. I wonder if Ross will smile.
It's a very nice kick from Sam Blees. Beautiful finish.
Well, Melbourne would have come over early and had a training session, and that's where the players enter the ground. They would have had plenty of shots there over the last 24 hours. So it actually does open up there. It is a position in the ground where you actually feel quite comfortable having a set shot. And Blees was able to put that one right through the middle.
Well, long ground, narrow ground, which means it's shallow pockets. So that shot's from about 10 in at the MCG in equivalence.
Terrific finish from young Sam Blees. His 5 disposals, his first goal for the night, and a quick answer by Melbourne. Goal apiece here in this third quarter. Margin back to where it was. Jamar couldn't quite get that one. Mundy kicking forward. Fife goes at it. So too Nicholson. Walters couldn't take it. Subban's wrapped up by Nicholson.
That's just the one thing with Nicholson. Watching him last week and watching him again tonight, he attacks the contest really well, but when he becomes clean with that one take before the body pressure comes, that's what will take his defensive work to that next level.
Tackle by Tapscott is good. He's laid a few good tackles tonight. He's hoping for holding the ball.
You see Duffield just in at that pack there. 40 metres to the left-hand side of screen. The free kick there for that. To the left-hand side of screen, it is Jack Watts who's the loose man in defence. And Duffield's a wonderful kick. Watts has got real pace and can kick it. But see how he just cruises past the mark there, and Valentine with him. Got to be really proactive if you're going to play that position.
Nice mark by Fife. Just went to ground a little awkwardly there, and just half to go before finals. You don't want anything happening to your best players. Good vision. Johnson. Mundy can go all the way. He's already kicked the goal this quarter. 2 bounces. He'll go round him. Yep. Inside 50 he goes, and he lets us all down.
Gee, Rowan Bale, I've been wrapped with the way he's gone about it tonight, but the way he approached Mundy then, I've seen Witch's hats go harder at the opposition. That he just got balked. He was just set up. You guys called it up. You called it up here, Matty. Telegraphed that he was going to sidestep him, and Bale fell for it, but he was only going at 50%.
Donald, his kick is a shocker. So boundary throw in, Jamar and Sandilands to do battle. Sandilands wins most of these, but it drops short, and Crowley punches to Mzungu, who decides not to give it to Mundy. And hits up a target in Subin. Running hard, Barlow. He's outside 50. He doesn't have a shot. He puts it onto the chest of the Pav.
Jacko, is Jones on the bench? Was Crowley's running around, and he's sort of just moseying around, and I can't see him anywhere near Jones.
He's at the interchange gate, just waiting for the next interchange dinner.
Yeah, he's like one out at the dance without a partner.
52% probability. It's just a tight angle. The distance isn't the issue. Pavlich for his second. Oh, beautiful kick. He wanted it and he got it.
Well, he ties up the Coleman medal with that kick, and there's never been a tie, Matty, in the Coleman medal. First won 1955. 1897, there was tied leaders in the goal kicking. In 1900, there was tied. But since the Coleman's inception, never been a tie.
And my question to you then, Brad, do they go on behinds? Or you don't know?
Just tie. Give two.
Two medals?
Yep.
Why not? $62 apiece.
The Coleman medal, not that it was called in those days, but back in that long gone time you talked about, I mean, 18 and 20 was what they led with at the end of the year. So your lower number, you're going to have more players closer together. But in this era where we're getting 100 points regularly for each team, it's really saying something about the game that the key forwards are all around the same mark, and there's quite a few of them. Yeah, Crowley's getting to Jones again. Left-hand side of the screen, number 2, number 15.
Barlow couldn't take it. Bale cleans up for Melbourne. He wants to kick a goal here. Backs himself from outside 50. Duffield turns around, hits him on the shoulder. Still in play. Fitzpatrick got up, gave it to Jenner, spins one way, then the other, round the corner, top of the square. Still a chance, Melbourne, not to be. Barlow, how about that?
Got a bit to learn, young Fitzpatrick. That's when you just, if the ball's bobbling like that, you just hoof into it and you just punch it off the ground by foot.
McFarlane, Courts, ball spills free. Johnson managed to get it to Spur, back to Barlow. Going backwards here, the Dockers. Chip kick out towards Mzungu. Luckily, Mzungu really saved him there. Good mark by him. And he just goes down the line to 5. Possession play here to Subin.
Luke McFarlane in the hands of the trainers, guys, and doesn't look good. He's trying to get to the bench.
Well, that's what I talked about, Glenn, in the second half of this game. They don't need to lose any players. They're moving forward pretty quickly here. Away goes Ballantyne. He loves this situation. Come and catch me. I don't think you can. Go, Ballantyne.
He's a cheeky little rat, isn't he? He took 2 bounces, travelling at Exocet missile speed. The second bounce almost got out away from him. And not too many footies get kicked into the top 15 rows, into the top tier. That he made sure. I reckon he's fantastic.
Here he goes. Yeah. You watch him follow through with the kick.
2 looks over the shoulder. Yeah, I reckon he's great. Actually,
so Ballantyne with a couple. Now McFarlane's come from the ground.
And that's a lot of that type of release is to do with lower back. Tighten up through the pelvis. It's released from the front. Can be groin as well, but Luke's had a few issues like that, but he did have a limp coming off. I thought that suggested it would have been lower leg.
Yeah. His right knee's heavily bandaged down.
Patlich down, McDonald up. You're looking at the scoreboard, you see that it's 43, 45 points. Not really worrying about the winning margin here at the moment, the Dockers.
Good man.
And Mundy slides in.
It's a beautiful touch on the run, Mundy, when he's kicking the footy. Have a look at the set shot here. Like Chris Mayne, doesn't strangle the footy, holds it delicately. Just a nice, easy, relaxed run when he strikes the ball.
Nice lace-out pass from Hill. So Mundy already with a goal in this quarter. This for his second to get the margin over 50. He kicks from just outside 50, but he pulls it left.
Close to the man on the mark.
So that doesn't look too serious. Luke McFarlane, he's had his stretch.
He'll be back shortly.
Yep. As Melbourne trying to work it around the outer side. Bale goes back to Watts. Seller has to stretch, but does so. And they've got some run here from Frawley.
Well done. And go again, Frawley.
And he kicks it out of bounds on the full. Jeremy Howe looks back and says, well, how am I supposed to take mark of the year when you're kicking out of bounds on the full? Here's McFarlane.
You can just see on the step to change direction to go back to the ball that he's just overstretched a little bit, which that would have caused the discomfort.
Here's Chris Mayne attacking the ball, but the spoil's a good one from McDonald. Let's get to Glenn.
He's still in the hands of the trainers here, and just a moment ago he had his, as you can see there, right hamstring. He's got the ice pack on there, and he had his head in his hands there in disappointment, boys. It doesn't look good.
Well, that last stretch was a hamstring type stretch, even though they were, you know, fiddling with their and pressing.
They've substituted him out, guys, so he's taken the red vest, so it looks like it's a right hamstring injury.
Well, there's an issue for Ross Lyon. Ross would be looking on the, well, one of his key defenders, one of his best players all season. McFarlane subbed out.
Wow.
And it looks like they're travelling to Geelong next week. And it'd be a big loss if he's not there with the key forwards of Geelong. Big long handball here from Dunn to Howe. Just lost his footing, but managed to get it over to Seller. He's going to take on the tacklers. Probably not a good idea. Might come back to Howe. It doesn't. Dawson cuts it off. Quick hands Pearce. Johnson the switch. That's his stock and trade. Switch to the outer side. Fife to run onto it. Has to wait. No one really to kick to. Mzungu tries to draw Jones and then kicks down the line to Pavlich.
What it actually means now with
there's an applause for just Tom Sheridan, comes onto the ground for his first run in AFL footy.
good luck to him. Michael Johnson might have to play key position, rather than be that floating type 6'5", rangy, you know, third man up type player. Or does Anthony Grover, who's retired but not effective till the end of the year, he said I'll be there if needed.
All of a
does
sudden,
he suddenly step into contention?
Also,
has to be considered.
You'll have to watch how they manage Matthew Pavlich. Obviously, he had that lower leg injury last week, which he missed out. So, from all reports, was that he was going to be the one that was going to be subbed out at three-quarter time.
Yeah.
Well, Tom Sheridan's into the game. He got a 50-metre penalty. There's his first kick in AFL footy. But unfortunately, Rivers reads it best. Pavlich appealing for a free kick, saying he was held. As McDonald kicks it out wide towards Fitzpatrick. Mundy gets him. Hill helps out. Sylvia arrives. Hill's still there. Desperate stuff. Terrific work by Hill to get it to Mundy. In turn to Ibbotson. Swings around on the left boot. Up goes Mayne. The spoil from Watts. Pavlich lurking. Back to Mayne on the back pedal. Hits to the top of the square. Sheridan. Well, he had a go at it, the young 18-year-old. Spook for Dunn. And Mark will be to Jeremy Howe down low. Tapscott. He's
50.
50 against Sheridan, so it's been in everything in the first 2
Well, he
minutes.
comes into the protected zone, but no one's on the mark, so he's just trying to get there to man the mark, and it's a reasonably short 50.
A very short 50. It's a 50 you have when you don't have a 50. On the top shelf. Here's Nicholson. Out in front, so Trengove can run onto it. Right on the 50-metre line, the man on the mark. Margin is 46 points. Trengove looks inboard. Not confident he can get the distance. Now forced to kick long. Garland has a run at it. Spills over the back. Should be rushed through, and it falls through.
All clear.
So McFarlane subbed out with a hamstring problem.
Sticking, Jono. Paul, come behind him. Stand behind him. Thanks, mate.
That's the story as we look towards next week for the Dockers.
Right there, Jared. Thank you.
Mzungu now just taking his time. Ballantyne on a long, long lead. And found him. He's running again. He puts it out in front of Sheridan. Frawley had the height, weight and experience advantage. Kick back to a 2-on-1 though. He's done. Handball out to Trengove. He just gave it up. Poor handball. Fife didn't really know it was coming towards him, so didn't really know what to do with it. Melbourne free kick. Frawley will take it. Just a little switch. Play on the call. McDonald out to McDonald. Joel to Tom. No relation. It's very static at the moment, Melbourne. They're just hoping for a mark, and they might almost got one from Seller. Here's Johnson getting it from Barlow and sending it back where it just came from. Walters! Got up, didn't come down with it. Hayden Ballantyne! What a goal from him! He's got 3!
Oh, what a play. What about that? Walters with nearly mark of the year in the last round of the AFL season. Huge leap, couldn't bring it to ground. Look there, that's massive jump. Jumped early, got the ride, and then Ballantyne off the ground with a classy finish. That's a big leap from Walters.
27 goals now for the season for Hayden Ballantyne. He's really come into the game in this third quarter with a couple.
Good return.
51 points, and there you have it. The percentage is really, it's superfluous now, isn't it? It's not even an issue. The Dockers aren't interested in finishing 8th. They want to just keep pressing here. And they want to finish as high up and play as best footy as they can. Watts drops it.
He's having a mare, Jack.
Yep. Walters has come back down to earth. Handball by Crowley to Barlow. Little chip pass from him. Sheridan claiming it. Gets up.
Why didn't he pay it? Oh, I think he's unlucky.
So he bump balled it and grounded it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Melbourne trying to run it out. They're in trouble though. Grimes. Fife got him.
They've stepped up here, Fremantle.
Yeah,
They've
they're really pressing. And look at the smother.
Yeah.
Fremantle is playing as if it's a final.
I reckon if Ross
Finally.
actually sent out a message that said, you know what, we want to ease back on this. I reckon they just defy him at the moment. They have really come out with some real intensity in the last 6 or 7 minutes.
Zungu, clever and close. Mundy gets it from Sheridan. Pavlich, got to beat 2. Spills over the back. Here's Chris Mayne first to it. Little toe poke, hoping to get it to himself. Now he has to cross it in.
4 on 6 there, the ball in the forward line to hold it in.
51 points.
There's the inside 50s, 42-22.
Yeah, almost double. Will be double shortly.
Well, we're at the 19-minute mark, and Melbourne have only had the ball 52 times. So just not getting their hands on it. They're unable to stop Fremantle. That's beautifully set up, that boundary line throw-in. They left space out the back, and that's where Griffin was heading.
Quick movement, Johnson. McPhee tries to spin out of trouble, recovers. Fife. Looked up, saw Muzungu. He can play on. Ballantyne's head to space. Muzungu heads towards Walters again. Oh, take your pick. Crowley got there, and Jones, well, he wanted to dive on him anyway.
It was the kick of Fife. Caught in a tight situation, just had the composure with a nice step to hit Muzungu back in the middle.
He's had 9 disposals in this quarter, 5.
Collingwood taking control against the Bombers at the G.
Might send out the message. He's back a bit. He's fighting for contested possession to kick it the other way in the last quarter.
Long ball out towards Griffin.
The late and great dear Slug Jordan played in a Teal Cup match once, and he just wanted some boys to work fairly hard, and he had the game under control. So by final siren for the last 15 minutes, he played with about 13 men on the ground. The rest sat on the bench. Could you do that? Could you make interchange and not put someone on? You could.
Well, you could, but
of course you could.
in the spirit of the game, you put that.
Spirit of the competition to get where you want to go.
Johnson's kick in at Suit Melbourne. The spoil from Tom McDonald is an easy one.
The bigger picture is this team has never won a final. So they won a home final. They want to win it here. Oh, did they win one when they had it here a few years ago? I'll get corrected on that in a second. But their bigger picture is they want to win a final. Their best chance is to get one at home against the West Coast Eagles, who they rolled convincingly several weeks ago.
Yeah. Kick in from Barlow. Main forced behind a punch. Melbourne just under supreme pressure inside their defensive 50. They've won a free kick, though. Bale will take it. He's held on to it. He goes wider to Grimes. Johnson. Fife cleaning up again. Griffin should give it to Pearce or somebody. And he goes back to McPhee. Dangerous kick, but they've got confidence at the moment. Stop start. Johnson keeps going.
Fife's had 10 disposals for the quarter.
Yeah. Barlow keeps it low. Pavlich. Chop of the arms are over the shoulder. Can he get home from here?
Barrel.
Can he put Tom Hawkins out of the race for the Coleman?
That's what he wanted. The play to be slowed down so he could go back and launch one from 65.
Unfortunately for Pav tonight, there's no wind here, so it'll be a day game. Southerly would be up a bit. Is he on the barrel?
Going the big drop punt. It's close. It's off to the left anyway. So Tom Hawkins is still in it.
So's Jack Rewalt.
Oh, Jack, he's watching. Don't worry about that. He knows he's in it.
Jack's a true forward. He'll be sweating on Pav to miss every one of them.
Absolutely,
from here in.
yeah.
Sub's been activated for Melbourne. Blees off. And Tynan comes into the game.
Josh Tynan on.
Yep.
Just his second game. There's over the top comes Main. Down at ground level, John McDonald trying to tidy it up. But Melbourne continue to just get it back halfway, and it comes back in again from Fremantle. Well, not even halfway, just as far as Big Griffin. Hits it to the goal square. And it's another behind. The dam's about to break.
Yeah.
Here's Sylvia.
Right there, that's your mark.
Melbourne with just the 3 goals. Ross Lyon to be very happy with the defensive effort of his team. And they've lost McFarlane in this quarter. Tapscott for Melbourne. Spots up a player in Bale. Hands off quickly to Sylvia. Kicks along. Howe is trying to initiate the physical contest with Ibbotson. Ibbotson still won it, and it goes out.
So, Jacko, just correct me, mate. You'll know. Anthony Grove has announced his retirement, but it's not effective until Fremantle play their last game, so he's available for selection if needed.
Yes, that is correct. He's still playing in the Waffle for Subiaco, and his form's been pretty good, but he has announced his retirement at the end of the year.
Only played the one game this year.
Yeah, You lose Luke McFarlane, you want a player to play key position. He's a chance.
And you want someone that's been around a while.
And knows what they're doing in finals.
Yeah. Well, they've still got the three tools. Johnson, Dawson, McPhee's playing tall. So whether McPhee holds it down...
Dawson's a given. Dawson's a given. Whether you go for Johnson to actually go from that... Because he's so agile, Johnson. You want his run. You want his bounce off half-back. You want his ability to spot targets, change direction. If you turn him into a lockdown key position play, you'll lose a bit of that.
Yep.
They can do it. They can turn him into that.
He's had 18 disposals tonight, Johnson.
Yeah. Well, that 18, if he's key position against the key position forward, that comes down to considerably, halfway at least.
Now, next time the ball goes to Jeremy Howe, could you just watch? Because he almost took another mark.
Sorry about that.
He just went without it.
You're just wanting your voice over one of the greatest marks of all time, aren't you?
I think we should all pay attention when Jeremy Howe gets near the ball.
He's well capable.
9-goal margin. There's Jeremy Howe. The ball up just outside the Melbourne forward 50.
And just a correction, Dockers won an elimination in 2010 and they won a semi back in 2006. So, but still the bigger picture is to win a final.
Right kick in here from Sella. High ball to the line. It's got a fair bit of distance on it. It's a goal.
Well, a good goal from Salah on that occasion. He's had to work up forward and in the ruck as well tonight. Was able to step out, setting up the wall more than anything for Melbourne to try and stop Fremantle getting easily out of defence. So good setup, just off the stoppage, gets the release.
Good setup that they had an outrider there, but I wouldn't have thought it'd be a ruckman sitting 20 metres to the outside as an outright kicking player.
A goal to Sella. Just their fourth goal, and that's the inside 50 count for this quarter.
It's a big number, big difference.
Jamar winning that knock. Barlow coming in first. It's just pinched by Trengove. Gets it up and under. Pearce. Fierce attack on it. Rivers wants some help. Slips it to McKenzie. Goes wider to Howe, who drills it in low to Fitzpatrick, and that's nice movement from Melbourne. Tapscott.
Slow to get up.
Yep.
Yeah, he's all right. He's like a little anvil. He's built for punishment.
Well, we saw Fitzpatrick earlier. Kick the goal. This for his second. He'll kick from outside 50. He runs very close to the man on the mark. And that might have caused the kick to go across the face. It's still alive, but now it's through. Melbourne claiming something. Not sure what. Tapscott is just there.
Oh, big tackle there.
And Pearce.
He's one of those
Winded a bit.
dense bodies, Clancy Pearce, isn't he? Really heavy set.
Well, Luke Tapscott's okay. He's got the footy. Just the 2 goals, 3 for the year. Kicked a lot of goals in junior football in the under-18 level.
Yeah, he was very good at under-18 level, Tapscott.
He tries from outside 50. Similar spot, similar result.
Tell what we don't see much of anymore, Derm, is the player having a shot from goal 50 metres out. Man on the mark always jumps.
The step around ball.
Never step around anymore.
There's so many numbers inside defensive 50.
There is.
Yeah, they probably look at just beyond the mark. There might be somebody too close to get balanced again once they sidestep. But you're right, it's a bit of a dying art.
Yep. But that side of the ground, right footer, step in board.
Isn't it amazing? Jono's always thinking of the individualistic type traits.
Just making a finish for the team.
Mundy's having a really good night. He was clean before, and he sets up 5 here, steadies from 60 metres out, keeps it low. Lyndon Dunn gets a hand on it.
Well, Fife and Mundy
had to double lead him then.
Yeah, he had to. But Fife and Mundy combining, being the dominant 2 players on the ground tonight.
Yep, 52 disposals between them. Ball's going to come back for Jones here.
somewhere down there, Ryan Crowley's saying, why'd you let him get that soft one?
He's not out of trouble yet, though, Doom. Oh, he's in big trouble.
Oh, now that's deliberate, is it?
It has to be.
Yep.
He's trying to argue I was under pressure.
He wasn't under pressure when he started, was
That's
he?
right.
Yeah.
That's
He had a free kick. There's no pressure whatsoever.
Hayden Valentine going to him.
Now, Walters is a very clever little player.
Keep coming. Keep coming.
This is right up his alley, this goal, or this shot at goal.
That's good, mate.
Second to go before the siren. There we go. So what will Sonny Walters do? He can't run around. He's got to come on a straight line.
He'll crib it a little bit.
He's a left footer.
Central umpire comes in behind to make sure he doesn't go off the line.
Valentine gives him a word of advice.
Kick it high. Just punch it up high.
Check side ball, hits the post. I wonder if that was the instruction from Hayden Valentine. But anyway, here we are, three-quarter time at Patersons Stadium. No talk or no sign of any orchestration of a margin. The Dockers 48 points up.